So here we are on day 3 of our visit to the Algarve in Portugal. Absolutely loving life already. Now, last night cracked me up. So do you know I said I couldn't decide whether I wanted to have a bath, I wanted to have a shower. Well, I opted for a shower in the end, right? Went with the fanciness of all the jet stream showers. So it's the one where you're turning it on, you've got the shower head coming on from over the top, but then you've also got like 4 or 5 jets streaming at your face, plus another hose coming from somewhere. It's a little beautiful thing. Pressure-wise, absolutely stunning. I flooded the whole bathroom. Did not quite realise that the lip on the shower was obviously not all that great. So yeah, absolutely flooded the place. So I managed to get out, open up, and I was like, oh, okay. I need like 3-4 towels now. I was like, yeah, I need 3-4 towels now to mop up all this absolute disaster, and then hope that the ladies that come to clean the apartment today don't feel like I'm, just a bit insane, in all honesty. This morning was great. So we had a really nice sleep last night. Like, the beds here are absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful, lovely, comfortable, absolutely, love. And we decided that today we were going to head out in the car. So that's what we did. We got into our car and we drove a good 40-45 minutes down the coast to the tip of where we possibly go, all the way to Sagres. Probably pronouncing that completely wrong. And we basically spent the day lighthouse hopping. So we went to a fortress first of all. It was an ex-military base. Went in, we paid €10 for a family, which was an absolute bargain. So it was €10 for an individual to go in, but yet they had a family ticket, whereas bear in mind we got 2 adults, 3 kids, and we all got in for €10. And I was like, man, like expecting it to be quite an expensive trip all of a sudden, and you were pleasantly surprised when you're like, oh, okay, family ticket is just, one individual price. It's great. We walked around. We probably spent like a good hour, a couple of hours there, good hour or two even, good hour or two there. And all it is you walk around, head up to the lighthouse at the end, and you kind of loop back down, so you can see like the cliff viewpoints here were absolutely amazing. Like, it was really nice to just kind of see out, get those pictures, get those videos, that iconic kind of Algarve coast that you really kind of want to see. And it was just absolutely, look at it, it's breathtaking. You cannot kind of like put this into words. Like, you really have to be there. It is worthwhile of going to visit. Now, parking here again was free. Rocked up, like, we got there probably about 10:30 in the morning, and it was empty enough that we had plenty of spaces to choose from. When we'd left, don't get me wrong, we left and it was about 12, just gone 12ish, and it was absolutely heaving. There were so many people queuing up to come in. The car park was chocker, so you're like, okay, this is definitely an activity you want to do in the morning. We walked around, we saw lots of people fishing, so that was great. The boys found that absolutely hilarious, the fact that they were fishing from the tops of the cliffs. I walked out a few times closer to the edge to get some more pictures, to be a bit nosy over to see what's the other side. There's gates in the fences, so I'm kind of assuming that you're allowed to do that. There's no signs telling you can't, so hey, we went for it. We risked our life, like, why not? Once we got to the top where the lighthouse was, we sat down, had some snacks, before we looped back round to head back. Now, the boys really did enjoy it. Like, it was great looking at all the signs, seeing what all the different like plant and flower life was, like that they could spot around there. They had signs for like what birds you could see, and tell when you kind of like, oh, the different rocks you're walking on, that this is a limestone path, that type of jazz. So it was quite a nice like educational trail as well, without even them realising it. Youngest is absolutely obsessed with rocks at the moment, so he has always got a pocket full of some. So today I managed to get him kind of like a red rock from like near the cliff edge, and he found some other ones that he really likes. So he's like slowly making a collection that we're going to go home and have like a whole feckin' jar full of. So that's going to be great. Looped it back round, obviously did the obligatory toilet break, because you don't get into a car and drive for over 10 minutes when you've got kids that need, not here for that madness. And then we decided to pop over to one of the other lighthouse sites. So like I said, it was a lighthouse hopping type of day. Now, we headed here, and again, in my opinion, if you have done one of them, you don't technically need to walk around this one, because you are not seeing much different. You are seeing the same kind of cliff edges, you're seeing the same kind of coast. Yes, okay, you're on a different on a different kind of peak as such, but the vibe's the same. This one was a bit different, as in you parked down and it was a smaller car park, and there was actually like a market and food trucks that were within it. So you can see here, like they had like some market stalls up, they had some food trucks, that was kind of like, oh, this is quite nice. And obviously it was lunchtime by this point, so it was kind of hustling and bustling. And we decided that, yeah, okay, we don't really need to explore this one at all. The youngest had already fallen asleep in the car from like the 10-15 minute drive it took to get from the last one. So I decided that, okay, I'll just jump out, have a little walk down, take some pictures, have a look and scope it out and see whether or not, yes, we should be getting out here, or whether we're like, yeah, okay, we've already done it. And like I said, in all honesty, it was once you've done one, and we spent majority of the morning there, we didn't really need to do the exact same walk right here. But it is definitely a beautiful place that seems to be surrounded with a lot of tour groups that all seem to rock up here for the sake of like the tiny like market and food stall space. After that, we kind of headed back to another beachfront promenade location. Now this was back on route towards Lagos, so like where we were coming back to the hotel resort. So it was a good like half an hour drive from where we were currently. But when we arrived, it was like a whole nother vibe. Like you kind of rocked up, parked again, so free parking, it was great, awesome car park. Again, my parking skills just need to improve, in all honesty. That's what I'm going to say there, because give me like a slightly diagonal car parking space and who the heck knows what the hell I'm meant to be doing. But we parked up and we're like, right, we'll walk along the promenade. Like we've not had lunch yet, so we'll find like a late lunch place. Since the boys have been obviously staying up later, we've been having dinner later and stuff. We're like, okay, we'll have a late lunch. And we did. We walked along the promenade and it was nice. Like the beachfront here is a different level of chill. Like we did some research and it's like, okay, this is the area you come to that obviously if party life isn't your thing, like you're not looking for nightlife, you're not looking for like being in the hustle and bustle. You are literally just looking for relaxing and not really doing much else. Like this was the place to be. So there was families there. There was a lot of kind of like couples and grandparents in this that you could see that are more relaxed and acting like they've been here 100 times before. And it kind of gave you that atmosphere. So we walked all the way along the promenade, like walked down, saw like the sea edges, walked over the rocks and stuff, and just kind of enjoyed those viewpoints. And then we found a really, really lovely place to eat for lunch. We were at that point where we're like, mate, any of these places will do, because we are quite hungry. So we went in, looked at a menu, and obviously when you're kind of like trying to figure out where you can eat at, because you're either looking for like a veggie menu, you're looking for a fish menu, like, or if once in a blue moon you happen to find a halal place, like, hey. But normally, most of the time, you're looking for either fish or veggie options. So we're always, struggling when it comes to food options. But here, absolutely stunning. So what we went with, like they did toasties. So the youngest and the eldest had a cheese and onion toastie, and then at the middle had a tuna toastie. And we're like, right, this is great. We know they love a toastie. Hey, here we go. They can have that. And they got some apple juice. And they were really lovely as well, because they were telling us that the apple juice sizes of the drinks were really big. So she was like, oh, what I'll do is I'll order you 2 apple juices, but I'll put them in 3 of the glasses so that it's perfect for them. And I was like, how many places do you see that turn around and say to you that, yeah, by the way, I'll give you like an extra glass for free. Yes, okay, there might be smaller glasses than what you're technically getting, but going through that effort of being like, you know what, rather than you having 3 large drinks for your kids that would probably drink them all, let's be real, but at the same time, hey, they don't need a pint each. Like, she was like, oh no, I'll like charge you for 2 and then I'll just put it in 3 drinks. So I was like, oh, okay, really grateful for that. And then we went with, we kind of normally just do like starter sharers. So we had a nachos, like it was a spicy Mexican nachos platter, and calamari, and then cappuccino, and then I had a smoothie of some description. So they did like fresh fruit smoothies. And I kid you not, this was probably like the best nachos we have ever eaten. Like it was just stunning. Like the sauce, the cheese melt, like the portion ratios, mate, I've never been so excited to eat a fucking bowl of flipping nachos. Calamari was really nice as well. And then the toasties, like you can see Then on this, like we've ordered toasties from like a few places, and don't get me wrong, the boys love a toasty. They don't notice the fucking difference, but like, man, I would happily have demolished that. It was nice. It was good. So yeah, paid our way, stuffed our face, and then headed down to the beach and literally just sat on the beach for what was probably like half hour, an hour, who knows, and let the boys run wild. It's something about let kids go in sand and water, and it's like they become a whole new different character. Like, absolutely loving life. They went up to the front where the sea edge was, like let the water hit their toes, found it really hilarious where the water was coming in and out. They played with some stones, of course. They found shells, like sand everywhere, and just had a really nice time. And we were absolutely baking. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't do well in the sun as it is, but I was sitting there like, mate, feel like I'm burning right now. So yeah. And then on the way back, literally, we headed back, went via the supermarket because we said to the boys that we could have some cake. We were like, oh, we won't get ice cream today, we'll get some cake today. And we thought, you know what, we'll just go to the supermarket, pick up cakes and stuff that we can have back at the resort. So that's what we did. We picked up some like fruit platters and things, so that we can have like a bit of a fruit pick and mix tonight. And then we've got some different cakes and stuff to try, so they should be absolutely splendid. And then yeah, this evening it's literally shower, get everyone cleaned up, stuff our face, ready for tomorrow. So we think tomorrow we are going to have a morning of being out and about, and then potentially in the afternoon we're going to be back at the resort letting the kids have some more pool time and stuff. And then we've still got our complimentary drinks to use, so we kind of need to go check out the Lighthouse bar to give those a go. But other than that, so far, Portugal, honestly, you've won my heart. Absolutely love it here. Would come back 100 times over.